To many fans, August 24th, 2023 was a day that one of the greatest creative minds in professional wrestling history was taken from us way too soon. It was on that day that the great Bray Wyatt passed away. Creative mind like no other, he gave us some of the greatest moments in WWE history. Whether it was for us to follow the buzzards, or simply to just let me in. He gave us a creative output that we had not seen in many years. Today, here on the Instant Classic Review, we pay homage to his memory in this review. A review of his creation that we did not get to see come to light. We take a look at a replica of the unseen Fiend mask. Let him guide the way. And all you'll have to do is let me in. Back to the channel. As always, my name is David Babel. In today's review, we take a look at something very special that has recently just been added into my collection. As many of you may know, I was a huge fan of the creative mind known as Wyndham Lawrence Rotunda, Bray Wyatt. And throughout his entire and unfortunate short WWE career, he gave us some of the most creative moments that we have not seen in WWE history in a very long time. From the Wyatt family to the Firefly Funhouse and everything in between, we got to see one of the most creative minds ever show us the power of true creativity. One of the characters I loved the most was this Fiend character. Dark, gritty, something straight out of a movie horror flick. The stuff that would give people nightmares. And before his untimely passing, he was in the very process of bringing that character to a whole different level. As we take a look right here behind me, here's a replica of the very mask of the unseen final design of the Fiend that him and Jason Baker were working on before he passed. Now, this is nothing like the mask that Jason Baker created, but it is a fan's interpretation of it. I was able to purchase this over on eBay at a really great price. And when I saw it, I just knew I absolutely had to have it. As you take a look here at the very side of the mask, we see very different resemblances of the Fiend of old and what was to come. We have openings right here for the ears. We have the all too familiar black eye lining right here. If you take a look right here in the stitching, we have the Roman numeral 12. As we keep looking, we have a more dark and more sinister Fiend look. You get to see the exposed mouth, gnarlier teeth, just something that you would see straight out of a horror film. It was different, crazy, it just gave you chills deep down inside. As we come to the other side, we see the Roman numeral 6, giving us the date 12/6, the date that would have been his wedding anniversary with his then fiancée, his widow, JoJo. We have these nice little bolts right here that just really stood out with the look of the Fiend, giving it a nice, sinister look. As we take a look at the backing here, the way that this fan-made replica of the mask is it's Velcro strapped to lace over. Very easy to do, very easy to undo. On the original mask, there was a secondary mask hidden behind, and it was a casted mold of JoJo's face. So that way when he bent his head down, you got the evil staring at you, but an angel looking back at you. You take a look at this in the Bray Wyatt WWE documentary, which I highly recommend if you are a Bray Wyatt fan to go ahead and check out. As I take my glasses off here, I'm going to show you what this looks like wearing this mask here real quick. I'm going to adjust it really quick. Now again, I'm adjusting this to the specifications of my head. Everybody's heads are different. Alright, so I don't know how well you can hear my voice through this mask, or how well you can see my face, my eyes through this mask, through the eye holes. But this is how the mask looks, secured on. And for rubber, latex, it's very nice, very different. I'll take a step back here really quick. As you can see, my shirt here, paying homage to Bray Wyatt. This is how the mask looks. As you can see, my ears are sticking out a little bit. You can see that. Now, if I were to go cosplay with the Fiend, obviously I'd be wearing black face paint right here, and I'd probably be wearing yellow cat-like contact lenses, ones that would still allow me to see. Again, you have that same side, and then this is how the mask looks from the back. Again, you probably can't really hear my voice all too well while wearing this, but if you can, it just shows you the great detail. Alright, go ahead and undo this really quick. Again, all in all, as a fan-made mask, it's great to have something in the collection, but to have the actual thing made by Jason himself, I don't ever see an actual full replica of this mask being made just to pay respect to Bray Wyatt and his family. If you are a fan of Bray Wyatt, the Fiend character, and you get a chance to get something like this, I highly recommend you do get it. Mine, I paid about $190, give or take. And I proudly hang it right here on this little space. Right next to my 2002 Figures Inc. Kane mask. Always love that version of mask. A review of that is coming down the pike in the near future. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this review of the unseen final version of the Fiend mask. The original made by Jason Baker. It's been my pleasure to give you this review. Thank you so much for joining me. And as Bray Wyatt would always say, I'll always light the way. All you have to do is let me in.